Hi, I'm Don, and this is The Hobbyist Geek. Alright, today we're going to be continuing our Ecto build with stage 14, and we have our parts, we have our magazine, so let's get right into it. And here are the parts we get with this issue, and man, we got a lot of them this time around. We've got the lower suspension arm, shock absorber, the shaft, upper and lower steering knuckle connectors, the upper suspension arm, a coil spring, rubber bumper, a couple of mounting brackets, the steering knuckle itself, backing plate, brake drum, left tie rod, and the steering rack, along with a ton of screws. Alright, for this first step, we're going to take the lower suspension arm here, and we're going to take the lower steering knuckle. We're going to insert it just like that. I'm going to tie it together on either end with 2 EM screws. Alright, we've attached it. You don't want to tighten it too much. You do want to leave some play in there so it'll flop around a little bit. And then we're going to take the rubber bumper, and that's going to go right in that hole there. And we're going to attach that with a, well, it says a GP screw in the instructions. However, they sent HP screws with the kit. There is no G. So we're going to go ahead and try one of the HP screws and see if that fits. Okay, I did get it. You can see some marks on mine. I'm not particularly happy about it, but frankly no one's ever going to see those, so I don't care too much. But the only way I was able to get it in was to hold it in place with some freaking pliers, which was the only thing I had available. It is the HP screw that goes in there. I tried a GP screw from a previous issue, and that was too small. So it's definitely the HP screw that goes in, and good luck holding that in place while you tighten the screw. Holy crap. But at least it's in there, and I am done with that part. Probably have to do that 3 more times. Moving on. We're going to take the upper steering knuckle connector and the upper suspension arm. We're going to put that together with some EM screws. So that's going to go in just like this. We're going to throw some EM screws in on either side. All right, there we go. Still have a little bit of play in there. And now we're going to take the shaft, and we're going to orient it just like so, okay? Notice this is solid, got that hollow here, and we've got these 2 pipes that's going to go down like this, and it's going to orient just like this, and we're going to attach that with some more EM screws on the edges here. Alright, and we got enough play so it rotates a little bit. This moves, and we are good to go. Let's pull out that chassis from the previous issue. And here we are. Look at this. Okay, we're going to orient it like this with the hollow up top, and we are going to take the upper suspension arm here. It's going to go like this, orient this way, and those posts are going to go right in there. And we're going to attach that with some HM screws right in those holes. All right, now that we've got that attached and flexible, we're going to take the lower suspension arm. That would be this puppy. Okay, and we're going to attach that. Ooh, which direction? I believe it goes in this direction, yes. In this direction. just like this. It's gonna, you got these little grooves here, and you got some grooves on the arms, and that's just gonna line up just like that. And this is where the brackets come into play. So we're gonna take these brackets here, and you can see one end is lower than the other, so it matches up with this quite nicely. I'll just pop that in place. And we're going to attach those with IM screws. Alright, look at that. That looks quite nice. Okay. So moving on, we're going to assemble the brake drum. We're going to take this piece here. We're going to take the knuckle here. We're going to orient it like this. Let's see. There is a little post. Really hard to see right there. And a little slot there, so it orients properly, just like that. Okay. And we're going to attach that with 2 EM screws. Looks like here in these bottom holes. Right there. Alright, look at that. Now we're going to take the cover. We're going to put this on like this. Get it all lined up. Looking neat. Yeah, look at that. Oh, this is still loose. Let's tighten that up a bit more. That's better. That's much better. And this will go on like this. We'll line it up with the screw holes. It'll slot right in. And we're going to attach that with 3 HP screws. All right. Look at that. Now we get to put it in here. This does not look like it's lining up quite the way one would hope it would. Yeah, it turns out me being less than bright put these pieces on the wrong side of the chassis. So I have switched them over to the proper side of the chassis and we can continue. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the brakes here. We're going to orient it so that this is facing towards the rear. We're going to line it up like this, and that is going to attach with 1 JM screw. All right, now what we're going to do, lift all this up. We're going to take the spring and throw that in there. We'll bring all this down, flip her over, and we're going to use an IM screw to attach it all on this end, right there. Whew! And there we go, we got a little suspension. Tire still turns, maybe just a tad on the tight side. Well, it's looser like this, less when it's not fully compressed. So next up, we're going to take, let's see, the shock absorber, and we're going to insert it into the chassis. You can see it's keyed Shock absorber itself has a little lip there, so it's going to slide right in just like that. Then we flip her over and we do an HM screw right in there to keep it in place. There we go. Should have led with that. That makes things a lot easier. Nice though. All right, so that's in place. Maybe tighten that up a little bit more. All right. Now we're going to assemble the steering rack. So we're going to take this puppy and we're going to attach this to it. It looks like you have to orient it this way so that when these holes are facing up, these holes are facing in towards you. This will go onto this hole. In which direction? Looks like maybe this direction. It's really difficult to tell. On the instructions. So we're going to try it this way, see if that works. If not, we can always flip it. But that will go in with an HM screw. Alright, there it is. Got some play. Looking good. Now we're going to slide this in just like this, and this post is going to go into this hole just like that. Alright, and then we flip her over, and right in there we're going to throw in a KM screw. Alright, look at that. Well, we can see the steering is coming along. Looking forward to seeing how that all plays out. But it looks like we've got the orientation right. Looks good. And that is the end of stage 14. Alright, so that's the end of stage 14. That was very complicated. I have to tell you, in all of the models that I build, getting the suspension and steering done is pretty much the part I dislike the most and I have the most trouble with. So I'm actually quite happy that we've gotten started on this. I'd like to continue it and get it kind of over with. But it is cool. It definitely is cool. If you like the video, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And we will see you next time. Have a great day.